Welcome to this short presentation about sleep hygiene for adolescents. My name is Gareth Vinton and I'm a wellbeing practitioner from the Child Wellbeing team within Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services for the London Borough of Southwark. For more information about your mental health, including information about sleep hygiene for children, please visit our website included at the end of this video. Sleep is a natural bodily process during which alertness decreases, voluntary muscles become inactive, and sensory activity is reduced. Its main purpose is to allow the body to strengthen and rebuild different parts, including memory, hormones, and the immune system. For this reason, it is essential to our overall health and well-being. Sleep is caused by two main factors: sleep drive and sleep rhythm. Sleep drive gradually builds up throughout the day. As it increases, the sleepier we get. Certain things may change the amount of sleep drive in our body, including whether we have physically exercised in the day or consumed stimulants such as caffeine. Sleep rhythm, on the other hand, is the set routine our body follows when it comes to helping us feel more or less awake and alert. It is also influenced by the world around us, such as how light or dark it is. This set routine is often referred to as our circadian rhythm. During adolescence, young people's circadian rhythm often changes so that they feel sleepier later in the day. As such, many young people go to bed later than they used to as a child, and this is quite a normal part of this stage of life. It has been found that throughout the night we pass through 4 distinct phases of sleep. Some are lighter, such as stage 1 and 2, and some are heavier, such as stage 3. And during REM sleep, we dream. A full sleep cycle usually takes between 90 and 120 minutes, and passing through a number of these cycles can leave the body well rested and restored. As we now know, sleep is crucial to the body's ability to maintain healthy functioning. With this in mind, it is important to consider a set of practices and habits that can be used to promote healthy sleep during adolescence. By following these, we are said to be practicing good sleep hygiene. We will now discuss some sleep hygiene tips that you can try out for yourself. It's important to remember that everyone's body is different, and some tips will work for some and other tips will work for others. Sometimes it may take a few nights for these practices to have an effect, so give them a try and see what works for you. Feel free to pause this video throughout. If you want to remember and take note of a particular strategy or tip, just pause the video and take a look down. Sometimes napping during the day will reduce your sleep drive at night time and make it much harder to sleep. Sometimes, therefore, it can be better to try and stay up throughout the day, even if you feel tired. Of course, sometimes taking a nap in the day might be important to get through, and in this case, maybe try limiting this to earlier in the day and to around 20 minutes so that your sleep drive isn't impacted later on. Try and get exposure to daylight during the morning, as this will help contribute to the production of melatonin, which promotes sleepiness at night. Try and go to bed and wake up at the same time every night, and try and sleep for at least 8 hours. Sometimes we might not be able to get a full 8 hours sleep. Every now and again, this isn't something to worry about. Getting some exercise during the day, such as going for a 30-minute walk in the park, can significantly increase sleep drive and make it easier to sleep at night. Creating a consistent nighttime ritual, for example reading or applying scented oils 30 minutes before bed, can help relax your body and make it easier to sleep. Feel free to get creative with this and personalize your own routine, but try and keep less stimulating activities, such as reading, closer to bedtime. So try and keep your room cool, dark and quiet, so that your senses are not engaged when trying to fall asleep. If you can, make sure to use your bedroom just for sleeping, and try to avoid sitting in your bed during the day. This will lead to your body associating being in bed with sleep, which will increase sleepiness. We know sometimes this is not always possible, however. For example, if there's not enough room anywhere else in the house. If this is the case for you, maybe try out some of the other tips instead. Another of these is to avoid blue light in the time leading up to sleep. Try and turn off your phone or computer an hour before bed, or at least put the screen on sleep light mode. If you can, avoid the potential for clock watching at night time by not keeping a clock within sight of your bed. It can be helpful to limit stimulating substances such as sugar, tea and coffee to the morning so that your body can use up the caffeine or sugar before bedtime. Also, avoid eating large meals just before bed, as the digestion of these can sometimes cause discomfort, which can sometimes keep people up at night. Sometimes worries and stress about life may get in the way of a good night's sleep. We also know that adolescence is a time of life which can bring a lot to think about, from navigating new relationships, dealing with schoolwork and exams, and working out who you are in your place in the world. Quite often we can get stuck in a vicious cycle where worries about these sort of things can interrupt sleep, and this can then make us worry even more. In the time leading up to sleep, practicing relaxation techniques such as mindfulness and deep breathing exercises may help settle our nerves before we wind down. Here is a simple box breathing exercise you can try. Start at the top and then trace around the box whilst deep breathing. You can try and visualize it in your head or draw it out in front of you. Try and spend 4 seconds on each side. Feel free to pause this video and give this a go now. Here is another way to manage worries. Write your worries down at a specific time during the day, so that when it comes to falling asleep, you've already made a note of them. When doing so, you can use the strategy included on this slide, which can help sort and make sense of worries. Remember to keep this specific time different to the time used to relax before falling asleep. Often, people will be able to fall asleep, but experience difficulties in staying asleep and falling back to sleep once waking up at night. A simple tip for this is to avoid tossing and turning in bed as much as possible. Once you have found yourself unable to fall asleep again, leave the bed and do something relaxing in a low stimulus environment somewhere else, e.g. reading on your desk or a chair, or listening to relaxing music somewhere else in the room. Once you feel sleepy again, then return to bed. This will help to break the link that your brain has made between being in bed and struggling to sleep. This link itself can sometimes be a cause for sleep problems. For more information about sleep hygiene, please visit these included websites. As previously mentioned, you can also find a link to Southwark CWP's website, which includes a few more videos about sleep hygiene, as well as other areas of mental health. Remember, everyone is different, so the important thing is to give some of these strategies a try and see what works for you. Thank you for listening and good luck.